with all new technologies have come good and bad. You know, if you go back to the Gutenberg press, like the first printing press, you know, we were able to print on paper for the first time ever and like distribute books, mostly the Bible, like on a scale that was never ever before possible. That leads to yellow journalism and the first fake news, you know, like on print, and like mass hysteria over like whatever false things are going on, and like racism against the Chinese immigrants who came to build the railroads, like all of this stuff. And it like our like culture was profoundly changed by the ability to like print on pieces of paper.
Right.
And every single technology, even before that, fire, I'm sure had its own like perils, you know. But that's always
there's there's a whole generation of like cave kids that were like, Mom, I just want to be a fire starter.
Yeah, exactly. But exactly, that's the human condition. That
Kids are gonna always be Bratz. Yeah,
always.
They're doing like TikTok dances by the fire.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the current influencer. But that would be a really funny story to do. Or like we should call Yuval Harari. Wait,
who is Yuval? Oh my god,
you have to read Sapiens.
Okay.
It's amazing. That should be on your reading list. Yuval Harari is amazing. He wrote like the most accessible book on anthropology ever. It's like a #1 bestseller. Like it's a big, like it's not a heady intellectual thing, I swear. It's like, no, it's like, no, I'm not saying, I'm saying for like anyone listening, like I'm not an anthropologist. Like I understood it.
Anthropology is very cool.
It's sick.
I took an anthropology class at Columbia. It blew my mind. Anthropology is wonderful. And I understand what you're saying about putting history into context. And I think it's so wonderful to see your journey historically, in that I've witnessed you, even though it's been through social media predominantly, I've seen you grow. And if we were to look at that anthropologically, like Facebook brings up like our pictures at that red carpet, you know, with Andrea. And like, I remember how I feel as a human about it. And I'm just so glad that I get to connect with you still in person.
It's always so fun.
And not in fake as an AI bot.
Yeah, exactly. I do think, I mean, there's something about human connection that can not be replaced. But maybe I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
So I heard that Chet Hanks was on the set of Bratz.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, he was actually a doll. Like I don't have some crazy story. He was a boy doll. Yeah. No, he was amazing. This sounds so fake and cheesy and whatever, but I really mean it. There was no drama on the set. We all really, really got along. I haven't seen him in a while, but I have really good memories.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I have a really funny story actually.
Oh, please tell me.
Okay, so there were 3 boys like on the set of Bratz. Really, there was Chet, Ian, and Steven, and they were like, you know, this is like such a girl, like a chick flick. It's all about the Bratz. Like we're gonna do something called the Bros. Like let's make a movie. And they had made all of these plans on their day off that they were gonna get together and like make their own movie. Like this is like a fun side project. And Chet is like, you can come to my house. And they're like, okay, sure, cool. Like, let's go. Like, gives the address. And Ian, the way he tells the story, he's like, just moved out to LA. Like, he's gotten his first like big job. Like, wants to be an actor. You know, like living the dream. And starts like driving to this address to go like film this movie. He brings his camcorder, like a 92 camcorder or something that he's going to use to like film this movie. And as he's like driving down Sunset, like the houses are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And he like pulls up, he's like, is this the right address? Like, no, like it can't be. Is this right? Anyway, long story short, the gate opens, he comes in. It's like, hi, is Chet here? Like, oh yeah. Goes into the living room and like is waiting. Oh, come into the kitchen. Turns around and there's like Tom Hanks in his pajamas eating cereal. And like Chet hadn't told anyone that Tom Hanks is his son. Oh, and Ian is like,
he's like Hanks.
Like literally, no, because he went by a different name. And Bratz, his name is Chet Tyson.
Oh, because
he was trying to be his own person. Yeah. It's really commendable. Mm-hmm. And Tom is like, couldn't be nicer. It's like, he's the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, hey, how are you doing?
How's it going? What are you doing? And Ian's like, we're making a movie. It's like Tom Hanks there. And Tom's like, oh, Chet, like, and then Steven shows up. It's the three boys. And he's like, oh, Chet, like, why don't you go down the street to Susie's house and see if you can borrow some of her dad's equipment? Oh, yeah, great idea. Let's do that. Go down the street. They walk on over to Susie's house. And, hey, Susie, Chet, like, rings the door. Hey, Susie, how's it going? Like, we're making a movie. Think we can borrow some of your dad's equipment? They walk into the house. It's Steven Spielberg. Like, the next door neighbor. It's like, hey, guys, what are you doing? And at this point, Ian and Steven are like, oh, my God. We're making a movie. Like, how do you tell Steven Spielberg that you're making a movie?
Right. Oh, no, oh my gosh.
Literally, he's there. He's there. Like, Steven Spielberg is there.
This was just a day off.
And he's like hiding his camera. Like, we're making a movie. Like, just epic.
Oh. But this new movie came out with Steven Spielberg that seems really sweet about how he was like this young kid and he had this huge imagination. And I haven't even seen it yet, but
this is another angle actually that I'm really focusing on with my work, and the connection of like filmmaking and politics and ideas, like so much of what these people have created, like in their minds, have shaped how we see the world. Like with sci-fi and like Star Wars, like George Lucas, and like the things that the E.T. with Spielberg, like our ideas of aliens, even like so much of it comes from like the images that we see, and like Hollywood is has such a large role in shaping our culture and like our understanding of one another, whether it's like sci-fi in the future, but also like understanding one another's humanity and relating to people like in different cultures or around the world. And I just think like there's so much power in storytelling in Hollywood in particular, and it just like makes me really like excited to be part of that.
Well, I'd rather have someone like you at the helm and with
or Steven Spielberg. He's not bad.
Sure. No, I think he's done some really great work, but I do think that, everyone's getting older, and I think that this is a new reality. And so it would be really great to have people like you have your voice amplified, because I feel like you are responsible when it comes to this media thing.
That's really sweet. It means a lot. Part of the reason why I don't put out as much content as the algorithm would like is because it takes me a long time to write the script, because I really try to research everything. I try to be as impartial as I can. I try to stick to the facts because they still exist. And sometimes that can be really, really hard.
Yeah.
So, but it's so important. So I think it's more important to just to do one like really thoughtful, longer piece that maybe 5 people watch in full than when you're talking about these particular topics, like short, quick, like 3 reels a day, like just like quick stuff. Like it doesn't serve the purpose of what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So like I still haven't figured out how to communicate in that way. I know that there's a way to communicate. And we were actually talking about TikTok and stuff too. I know that there's a way to communicate in a much shorter like capacity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that you could probably figure it out. You'd be the best one to help me.
If I can inspire you once again, I would be more than happy. You always
do.
Let's try to make that happen.
But yeah, I do take it really seriously.
Good.
So
thank you. Thank you for existing and being you, being true to yourself, because it really is going to help the world. I know it. I know it to be true.
Oh, well, that's really sweet. I hope so. I hope we're making a better world for our kids.
Me too. All right, Mama. Well, thank you for coming. And we guess we can find the Institute online, right?
Yeah, the Berggren Institute, doing all kinds of cool stuff.
Okay. So they're just online? I mean, do you want donations or like?
No, not donations.
Okay.
We just, the coolest thing actually to check out in terms of the work that we produce would be Noema magazine. Noema is Noema. It's the magazine that we produce. It's digital and print. And it's like when you get tired of the daily news and those big headlines and like just it's kind of exhausting, and you want like really thoughtful journalism with beautiful art and like the types of content that you won't find anywhere else. I'm really, really proud of Noema, and I think it's like the best source of information.
Cool.
And like long-term thinking.
Thanks so much for checking out this clip for the Vulnerable Podcast. For the full episode, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. That link is in the description. Thanks again.